Welcome everyone to Macroeconomics exercise class session 2 on goods market. In this video, we're going to look at dynamic analysis, and problem number 5 on dynamic analysis is requesting us to look at this simplified equilibrium condition for the domestic goods market, where we say income at time period t, yt, is equal to marginal propensity to consume C1 multiplied by yt minus 1, or income at our previous period, plus our government expenditure t. So income depends on consumption and government expenditure, and the consumption depends on the income level of the previous period t minus 1. So households are consuming their income from previous period yt minus 1 with the given marginal propensity to consume C1 plus our government expenditure G at time t would give us the income level at the time period t. The first sub-question in this problem number 5 is to calculate the equilibrium income given the assumption that there is no change in income level, or in other words, our delta yt is equal to 0, or in other words, our income at time period t is equal to our income at time period t minus 1, or our income at the current period is equal to our income from the previous period t minus 1. Given this assumption, we can just substitute our yt minus 1 in the given equilibrium condition with yt, because we have just said both terms are equal. So the previous given equilibrium condition was yt is equal to C1 multiplied by yt minus 1 plus government expenditure gt, and we substitute our yt minus 1 with yt, and it would give us a formula which says yt is equal to C1 multiplied by yt plus government expenditure gt. Then we gather our yt terms into the left hand side equation. That is to say, we would have yt minus C1 multiplied by yt on the left hand side equation, and on the right hand side we would have gt. The left hand side equation, we can also take yt as a common and multiply it with a bracket term which is 1 minus c1, and our right hand side equation would still be gt. If we divide both sides by 1 minus c1, we would have on the left hand side yt, or equilibrium level of income at time period t, is equal to 1 over 1 minus c1, our marginal propensity to consume, multiplied by gt, or our government expenditure. The next sub-question in this problem set is a numerical example where you have your marginal propensity to consume given to be 0.8 and the government expenditure to be 100. Our marginal propensity to consume 0.8 represents that if our income increases by 1 unit, consumers would increase their consumption by 0.8. So this is given to be 0.8 as C1, or marginal propensity to consume. Given these numbers, we have already identified that our income yt is equal to 1 over 1 minus C1 multiplied by gt. So we have to just substitute the numbers here. We would have 1 over 1 minus 0.8 multiplied by our government expenditure 100. If you do the calculation here, you would reach into a level of 500 units for our income, given the condition that our marginal propensity to consume is 0.8 and our government expenditure is 100. The second scenario, or scenario B in this case, is to calculate equilibrium income if government expenditure increases by 50 units. So if government expenditure increases by 50 units, this is again to say we would have 150 units instead of 100. Again, we will just plug in the numbers that we have received from the question in the formula that we have identified to be representative of our equilibrium income. So again, we would have 1 over 1 minus 0.8 multiplied by the new government expenditure, in this case 150, which gives us an income level of 750 units.